Take two. My video just decided to stop and Facebook shut. So that was an interesting start to my video. So today it's fight, flight, or freeze. And what I wanted to tell you about is that I've been reading this Deepak Chopra book. And Deepak Chopra talks a lot about stress and the biological responses we have to stress, and then how it impacts our body and affects our aging. Apparently, any stress long-term, of course, is damaging and weakening the body at all times. So if you have a weakened immune response and your cells are weakened over time, you will get the signs of aging much more quickly and your body will just start to deteriorate. So, of course, mindset is everything. But today the topic being fight, flight, or freeze. These are the things as actors, singers, and speakers that really inhibit us when we get on stage or on camera. And the thing that I find with most people is that, of course, it's not necessarily the fear response of fight or flight that's going to bother us so much, because we're not going to run away in essence, and we're obviously not going to fight anybody on stage or on camera. But so what our body is trying to do then is deal with these chemicals that are spinning around in our body. And what do we do when we're trying to deal with them? We actually freeze. Because a lot of animals actually do this in the wild too. You'll notice that some animals play dead, because you've probably seen something, play dead in your hand as a response to fear. And we obviously can't do that when we're live on camera or live on stage. So what do? Well, there are three things that have really helped me over time. And I've been on stage performing and singing and dancing and acting and circus and all that since I was 7 years old, and doing it as a profession since I was 14, 15, on tour pretty much full time. And I had terrible stage fright for the first 20 years of my career, like really bad. Not all the time really bad, but a lot of the time really bad. So I really had to figure out ways to get over that and to get through each performance. And I've literally done thousands and thousands and thousands of performances. And for some people it's really easy because they're in that space where they love to be the center of attention. But I'm a very shy and inhibited person by nature. So being the center of attention was very hard for me. So learning how to be a performer was a very good growth journey for me. So there are three things that really, really, really helped me along the way, and I'm going to share those with you today. Number one, I'm using my wrong fingers. Number one is use the energy. What your body is trying to tell you is to move, right? Because you're going through fight, flight, or freeze. You don't want to freeze. You want to allow that energy, those chemicals, to dissipate throughout the body. So the worst thing, he's trying to talk, aren't you? The worst thing you can do is actually allow your body to stand really still and freeze, because we're going to hold our breath and the oxygen in the blood is not going to flow and we're not going to be able to think properly. So you need to actually move your body. So the second that you know that you feel that nervousness, that excitement all combined, which I love it when my kids in choir at Christmas time, they call it nervous-sided. So I'm gonna term it nervous-sided forever, because I think it's a much more positive way to frame fear, is nervous-sided, than just stage fright and fear. So we're gonna use it to our advantage. So what you're gonna do is use your hands, you're gonna move around the stage, you're going to move around the camera, whatever you need to help you dispel those fear chemicals. And that works every time. Obviously, you don't want to come across like you have ADHD and you're bouncing off the walls, but you can move at least and get rid of some of those fear chemicals and ground them into the ground. Bye-bye. He hates it when I talk to other people. He wants all the attention for himself. Don't you? Hey, come here. Number two, brain gym exercises. Now, I don't know if you've heard of brain gym before, but it's absolutely awesome because it helps you balance the left brain and the right brain, and it helps dispel those fear chemicals. And one that I used to use when I was really, really nervous, when I was just starting a brand new launch of a brand new cabaret show in America a few years ago, is this one. You steeple your fingers and your hands like this, literally, and you get up against a wall. So this is really easy when you're backstage, because you literally stand against the wall. You push the small of your back into the wall. You steeple your hands like this. Put your tongue to the roof of the mouth, like that, because that apparently dispels fear chemicals as well. And then you press your back to the wall and you squeeze all the air out of your body while you're pushing with your fingers as hard as you can. So when you're squeezing, your tummy is going in towards the wall. Tummy's going in towards the wall, and then when you breathe when you breathe in again, that tummy releases and you let the hands go. Then you do the same thing again. Pressing all the air out of your body, and then allowing all that air to come back in. Breathing out, and then breathing back in again. Now, apparently, one of the reasons that works is that the left and the right, the left and the right side of the body is actually touching, and when it's crossing over, it works just as well. So there's another exercise that's a brain gym exercise that makes you cross your left side to your right side. So anything that goes, this is a really good one we do with Paradise Kids. You can go, Bubba, you're being so naughty. No, you can be quiet. Get your right arm and you get your left arm. So you write something across your right arm, something across your left body, so your body is crossing over. You bring them in, and then you're going to give yourself a little butterfly hug. That apparently stimulates your immune system, and it calms down your nervous system. And this whole one side of the body crossed over the other side of the body is also a brain gym exercise, which helps balance your left and right brain. These are really, really handy, and I've used them with kids all over the world. And the simple brain gym exercises are absolutely fantastic. I'm sure you find them on the net, and if you don't, I've got a whole bunch of them written down, so you can just comment below and ask me for a copy. And the last one is called, of course, is breath control. The first thing that we do when we're nervous and we freeze is we hold our tummy tight, and then we can't breathe. We literally can't breathe, and we strangle our voice to death, and we don't get enough oxygen to the brain, which again makes us forget what we're going to say. So the first one is the energy system. Move your body on stage, on camera, to help you dispel those fear chemicals. Number 2 is do your brain gym exercises, even if it's only 1 or 2. And number 3 is breath control. You must allow your belly to release any tension on the in-breath. It's absolutely imperative. So if you need any help with voice training, mindset, life coaching, things like that, I combine everything as a holistic vocal coach, and I'd love to see your comments and your feedback below. Have an awesome day.